Hello everyone, my name is Amelia and I'm a Relax Kids coach here in Ely. You might have heard of me as Relax Kids Ely with Amelia. I'm so glad to be here. Welcome everyone to the Healthy You Feel Good Festival with Fresh. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. It's such a pleasure to be able to share with you what Relax Kids is all about and why we do what we do. So Relax Kids is about helping children to learn how to relax, cope with big feelings and equip them with lifelong skills that they can use throughout their lives to guide them through stressful situations, moments where they feel frustrated, cross, sad, disappointed, all those big feelings that we all go through at some point in our lives. So most of all, classes are fun, positive, energetic at times, relaxing at times, and children learn how to, most of all, look after their well-being, their mental health, and learn how to feel good about themselves, which is what this festival is all about. So I'm delighted that I could be here to talk to you today. So today I'm going to try to give you a taste of what Relax Kids is all about and the sorts of things that we do in a class, whether that's after school club, a class in the community, a session in school or in a nursery. But Relax Kids isn't just beneficial for the children, it benefits the whole family, it can benefit a whole school or a nursery. So if you're a parent watching or someone who works in school, do join in and do the activities yourself, have a go. Children love to see what their grown-ups learn, so join in and hopefully you'll see something that you think, oh, that might be really useful where I work, or that could be something that I could use with my own children and that we can do at home to help my child. So let's get started then. So as you can see behind me, Relax Kids follows a unique 7-step programme. We work through the colours of the rainbow, and we start with move. The reason we start with move is because it's a really fun and energetic way to start the session. It's also a really good icebreaker as well for children when they come into a session if they're feeling a little bit unsure of what's going on, and how to be in that group. So it's a great icebreaker, but also it's exercise, and this really gives the group also time to bond and play together. They can move around the room, explore, use loud voices, make believe, bit of drama, all guided by myself, the coach. So children of course love this. First step, move. That will be followed with our second step, which is play. Our first steps then, move followed by play. I'll give you a little idea of the kinds of things we might do. So, if you'd like to join in, please do. Obviously I don't have any children here with me, so it's going to be just me demonstrating these, but I hope that perhaps you join in now, or maybe have a go at doing some of these games later on. So the kind of things we might do might start with a game such as 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very, very simple idea. We might do something like along the lines of sleeping lions. We might do a little bit of pretending to be an animal. We might pretend that we are a robot and we're going to reprogram our partner. We may do something like some firework actions, which children absolutely love. Of course, before we do any of these actions, we'll do a little bit of warm-up too. So let's try something now. So just very quickly, we do a simple warm-up, such as just roll your shoulders forward, roll your shoulders back, roll those wrists gently, and your ankle, and your other ankle. Just give it a little roll around, keep your balance. That's it, just give ourselves a little shake Okay. And perhaps we do something like a gentle jog, but we visualise something fun. Perhaps we're going to be jogging up the steepest mountain in the world, and it's getting steeper, so you have to work those legs a little bit harder and harder, and keep going and keep going right to the top of the mountain, fast as you can, fast as you can, fast as you can, and then you'll reach the top of the mountain. Ooh. Give yourself a little bit of a shake, and so on. Perhaps we paint the room around us. We're going to take some paint from our imaginary paint pot down on the floor here, and it's red today, so let's get some paint, and we will paint red all around the room, reaching up high. Make a lovely colour, red everywhere. Paint the room red all the way down to the bottom here, and the floor as well. And then we take blue, perhaps from our imaginary paint pot over here, and we paint the room blue. That's it, right to the very, very corners. Okay, and so on. Give yourself a little shake. So we might keep that game going through all the different colours. We might do, for example, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, which would be, I would give the children 5 of one action to do. So perhaps it's going to be 5 star jumps. We do 5 star jumps, 2, 3, 4, 5, stop, and then we do 4 of another action. So let's touch our toes. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we do 3 of another action, and so on and so on. 2 and then 1. Fizzing firework is another great one that we can do. Let's fizz like a firework, very, very slowly. Crouch down low, a tight ball, and slowly we're going to fizz, 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 moving up, fizz, 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 and then we're going to do a huge explosion, and a bang, and we'd reach as tall or as wide as we could when we do bang. Children love that one, and we would do it again a few more times. So all of these exercises really start to get the heart going, really start to help our muscles to warm up, and the children hopefully will be able to feel that. So we start with real high energy in our move section, and then we'd move on to our play section, again with lots of movement through the play section too. Lots and lots of games that we could do there, and of course I'd encourage the children to have a glass of water or a bottle of water too. However, something unique about Relax Kids is that as we work through these steps, we would encourage some mindfulness from the children, and we would have what we call a mindful moment after each of our sections. So for example, I might ask the children now, after the move section or the play section, when there's been high energy, to put their hand on their heart, close your eyes, focus on taking a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, and notice how your body feels. Perhaps you can feel your heart beating hard through your hand. Perhaps your body feels like it's fizzing or tingling or feels a bit warm. Perhaps you can feel your heart rate start to calm a little as you take these deep breaths and as you've come to rest. And open your eyes. And it's just a lovely way of bringing the children back together and encouraging them to have a little bit of awareness of how their body works together, that moving our bodies physically affects us, but that also that they can do things like breathe deeply, to to calm their bodies down and also to calm their minds as well. Okay, so our third step after move and play is stretch. So stretch is where we really start to encourage the children to really begin to focus on themselves and their body. We encourage them to be quiet and calm in this section, and we gently do this using 1 or 2 yoga inspired stretches. We keep it really simple. We don't do anything too advanced so that there's never any risk to the children of injury in this part at all. And would always remind them to be safe and to not overstretch. And the reason that we do yoga stretches is because we know that yoga is good for our body, and it's also good for our mind, and it's also good for our breathing as well. Just like the movement and the playing and the using all that high energy exercise, great for the body but also for our minds as well. All this exercise, these stretches, helps to release those happy chemicals, those feel-good chemicals, the endorphins, the dopamine, the serotonin. All of that helps us to feel happy and feel good about ourselves, hence the Feel Good Festival. So for our stretch then, I'm going to demonstrate a couple of really simple yoga type stretches for you now. So do join in if you'd like. Obviously be safe, don't do anything which causes any discomfort. Well, that's going to be very, very simple. And also be aware of your surroundings as well if you're watching in a small room, so that you don't bash anything. So a very simple stretch, but does take some balance, and is one that I might often start the children with if they haven't done anything like this before. It's just called Mighty Mountains. So we would just stand with our legs hip distance apart, make sure our knees are nice and loose here, roll our shoulders back, imagine we have that string pulling us up, up, up towards the ceiling, that we're standing nice and tall. And here we would turn our palms to face outwards and close our eyes, and taking a deep breath through your nose, out through your mouth. And just hold that position, remembering to breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Try to imagine that you are that tall, strong, mighty mountain, absolutely rock solid. I am a mighty mountain. And relax. Very simple. Doesn't look like much is going on there, but the children are already learning how to balance and also to breathe through these simple stretches. We'll talk about breathing a little bit more shortly. So the second stretch is called Marvelous Moons. And by the way, these stretches that we do, we have lots and lots of different themes in Relax Kids. Fantastic themes to do with superheroes, intergalactic adventures, monsters, fairy tales, you name it. And so, of course, throughout the session, we would often theme it so that everything they're doing is using that imagination as well, and keeping that fun and excitement through it. And of course, I would take feedback from the children. They love to give ideas as well about the different things that we can do. So, Marvelous Moons then. Probably recognise this yoga stretch if you've ever done yoga before. So feet together, and squeeze the thighs together, roll the shoulders back. Remember to stand nice and tall. And when we breathe in through our nose, we're going to raise our hands above our head, put our hands together, breathe in. I'm going to squeeze our hands by our ears. Breathe out. Hold that pose. And all the way through, I'll be guiding children to breathe in through their nose, out through their mouths. And on your next breath out, we're going to curve slightly to the side to make that lovely, beautiful, bright crescent moon. But don't overstretch, you don't need to go far, just as far as you can go. Keeping it comfortable. And on your next breath out, I want you to come back up to the top. So breathe in through your nose. Well done. And again, breathing in through our nose and out through our mouth. Curve to the other side. And hold. Hold that stretch. Squeezing your thighs and your arms together. And in these stretches, I might say, I am a cool moon. Really help with the visualization, or I am a bright moon. We'll talk a little bit more about affirmations shortly too. So breathing out. And then when you're ready, relax your arms. Just loosen those shoulders. So that was our third step, which is stretch. Now I'm going to bring my bear over for the next step. I need my bear here, my Relax Kids bear. And the next step, as you might have seen already, is, there we go, feel. So this is a really lovely part of Relax Kids, and unique as well, I think. So children can choose whether or not to take part in this next section, which is fine. And it's also something that we ask parental consent for. So feel is about massage, and here is where children would take part in a peer massage or a self massage as well. Just to reassure you, it's always very, very basic, just over clothes. So we talk about the back here, the shoulders, perhaps the head. Always children are asked if they'd like a massage by their partner. It's a real crucial part of our feel section, is that keeping those lines of communication open, and the consent side of it as well. So I'll demonstrate a couple of massages for you so that you get an idea of the kind of thing that we might do. I would always demonstrate to the children on a bear, such as this bear here. Okay. But just to let you know a little bit more about why we do this feel section, it's because we're promoting this idea of positive touch, and we feel that this section really encourages respect and empathy, and it's known that this kind of positive touch can really help to lower levels of stress. I mean, who doesn't love a massage? Adults do, children do as well. It's also really between, certainly between parents and the children, it can be a real bonding activity as well. So it's amazing to see how children can do this section, these massage activities so quietly, so calmly, so respectfully. They do absolutely love it. And I know my own children absolutely love a little massage as well. So why not have a try later on with your own children? Really, really simple things that we can do. So it might be as simple as drawing a shape on your child's back, or the children might draw a shape on their partner's back. And of course, this can be, this would be linked to a theme in the lesson. So perhaps it's something to do with seasons or weathers. We might draw some weather. Can you guess the weather? Here's some rain, it's a rainy day. Here's some wind. Perhaps it might be a whole weather story that the children are doing. Here's a rainbow. Perhaps children would write letters of somebody's name can you guess whose name we are writing? Or it might be a whole story guided by myself. So let's say, for example, we're going to do some cooking today, or some baking, I should say. Let's make some cookies. What kind of cookies shall we make? Oh, chocolate chip cookies. Let's make some of those. So it might be that we do, okay, let's trace a circle on your partner's back. Here's the bowl. What do we need to put in some cookies? Let's put some flour in. So let's sift some flour in gently. Now let's sprinkle some sugar. And the children will be using 2 hands here. Sprinkle in some sugar. The children would be able to narrate this to their partner. Let's put in an egg. Or sometimes on the head is nice for that one. An egg. Let's stir it all together. And there's a variety of different strokes we can do here as well. Some choc chips, of course. Let's put some choc chips in here. And then let's put these cookies into the oven. So we'd have 2 hands, stroke the back. Children love this stroke. So we're going to put it into the oven, wait for the oven to ping. Take our cookies out and you've got a lovely plate of choc chip cookies. Smell delicious, and so on. And so it's nothing complicated, but that positive touch, children absolutely adore it, really. And there's all sorts of different things that we do there. So have a go tonight, be creative, and let your child give you a massage as well. And you'll see for yourself how lovely it feels. One key thing, I was talking about consent before, I should have done this before really, is before every massage that the children do, we remind them to say to their partner, would you like a massage? And thankfully Bear would like a massage. And then when they finish the massage, at the end of that section, we encourage them to say, thank you for the massage. And also, we'll encourage them to say, feedback to your partner. Did it feel nice? Would you like it to be a little bit lighter? And so on. Just keep those lines of communication open. So, put Bear to one side now. So, our next section is breathe. This is a real key part of Relax Kids. You'll have heard me saying before through our yoga stretches to breathe through our nose and out through our mouth, and think about breathing in our mindful moments. We know that being able to take a deep breath, or to do deep breathing or conscious breathing or mindful breathing, we know that it's good for us. We know that it can really help to calm our nervous systems. Deep breathing stimulates that vagus nerve, and that vagus nerve tells our brains to calm down. So we feel at Relax Kids that this is an absolute key part of what we do, and we want to dedicate a few minutes in every session to, in fun ways and with fun exercises and activities, help children to learn how to take those deep breaths. How often as a child or even as an adult do you get told to calm down, or even worse, take a breath? And actually, this is how children feel as well. And we need to show children, we often assume that they can regulate these big feelings and these big emotions, but actually it's something that children need a little bit of guidance with, and that's where we come in. So I'm going to just show you a few little techniques about breathing. So one of the first things we'd always start our sessions with new children is actually to make sure that they understand what a deep breath is. And because deep breathing is a fantastic tool that we can all use to help us to feel calmer, to help us to feel braver, to help us to overcome any feelings of stress or high anxiety. And in the heat of the moment, we don't want to be teaching children to take some deep breaths when they're already feeling stressed or frustrated or cross or angry about something. This is something that children can practice when they're already calm. So, a deep breath, where we fill our lungs. I'm going to demonstrate with this here. We want deep breaths to be seen in expanding ribs, tummies. You can even feel it at the back. We don't want the tension in the shoulders. So if you watch my Hoberman sphere here, I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose as I expand the Hoberman sphere. So here we go, in through our nose, out through your mouth. In through your nose. Well done. And out through your mouth. In through your nose. And out through your mouth. This Hoberman sphere really demonstrates what's going on in this part of your body. And that diaphragm muscle expands in all directions, and our lungs fill just like this Hoberman sphere does. But we don't want the shoulders to move. We're not doing shoulder breaths, we're doing tummy breaths. So resting hands gently on a partner's shoulders. Can you feel the shoulders going up and down? How about sitting back to back with a partner? You should be able to feel your partner breathing, because actually that diaphragm expanding as the lungs fill makes your back move a little bit too. And lots of fun things that we do in a Relax Kids class with props and all sorts. Okay, so I'm just going to show you a few things that you can do at home, really, really simple actually. So if you've got a feather, it's just one of my children's craft feathers, give it to your child and just say, just breathe, and as you breathe out, see if you can blow the feather and make it move. It's very therapeutic actually. There might be other things around at home as well. I know my boys like to just blow a piece of toilet paper around the place, see how high up they can get it, can they stop it from falling down as well. And it all takes those deep, deep breaths to keep it going and to beat their sibling. How about a little windmill? Watching it go round, really therapeutic as well. Something you can also try at home is just hand breathing. Very, very simple. Take a breath, I'll swap hands actually, it'd be easy for me. Breathe in and breathe out, and as you're breathing, tracing our finger. You can also do this with a star as well. Just draw a star on paper and just trace around the points of the star. A lovely thing you can do as parents is to actually put your hands together. It's really nice and bonding, and to take the deep breaths together and trace your fingers together. And children can do that in a session as well, putting their hands together like this. Another lovely thing as a parent you can do in the heat of the moment is to bring your child in for a hug and actually do the deep breathing yourself. So rather than saying, go and take some deep breaths, or we need to do some deep breaths, just bring your child in for a hug. Start the deep breaths yourself, and you'll be amazed at how your child will start breathing in sync with you. It doesn't always work, but it can be a lovely bonding moment as well. So as you breathe in, breathe out. And actually these activities help to bring a little bit of calm to the situation, but it's also like a break as well. It's just a minute, 30 seconds a minute of just being able to calm down our nervous systems for us as well as the children, and just to start thinking calmly. So rather than just reacting, we just get a second just to think and figure out what we want to do next. And this is great for children because as they learn to take these deep breaths in our Relax Kids session, they learn that actually they are in control of their thoughts and their feelings, and they can calm their body down. As they take deep breaths, this helps our brain, it sends the oxygen to the brain, we can think a little bit more clearly, our heart slows a little bit, and this means that children are then able to perhaps feel more able to explain how they're feeling and why they're feeling this way. So, breath, so important, and that's why breathe is one of our Relax Kids steps. So, our penultimate step in our Relax Kids session is believe, and this is an absolute favourite of Relax Kids coaches. We absolutely love this step, and we feel very, very privileged to be doing Relax Kids and coaching Relax Kids when we do this step. So believe section is where we really spend some dedicated time helping children to learn how to believe in themselves and how to feel more positive about themselves. And we sometimes call our Relax Kids steps the 7 steps to happiness, and this is why. So the way we see it is that children need to learn the vocabulary of saying positive things about themselves. So, for example, we would use affirmations. So we would teach the children what an affirmation is and what it means. So an affirmation is quite simply, I am, followed by a word. So I am brave, I am happy, I am loved, I am strong, I am clever, I am fun, I am fantastic, I am amazing. And actually, it's quite a tricky thing to be able to do. And you can ask adults sometimes to, can you say 5 positive words about yourself? And actually, it feels quite awkward at first. It feels a little bit embarrassing maybe, because we're often very used to being critical about ourselves. And so we feel that, if we teach children this positive language, that can really help them with their emotional health, their sense of well-being, their sense of self-esteem and self-belief. So we want them to feel good about their body, their character, their abilities, and we do this in so many fun ways and with lots and lots of props. So just give you a couple of ideas that you might be able to take away with you today. So very simple, nothing too complicated, although you can make it as creative and as crafty, if you like, as you like. So something you can do today, ask your child to draw around their hand, cut it out if you want to, do it on a nice coloured piece of paper if you want to, but in each finger space, could your child write one positive word about themselves? I am amazing, fantastic, brilliant, cool, kind. Do the same yourself. Perhaps the whole family can do it. And put those hands around the house where you can see them often. Okay? Give your child a small piece of paper and write on this piece of paper something about your child. You might want to hone in on something that perhaps they're feeling a little bit unsure about. So you might want to write down, I am confident. Say to your child, this, folded up, is treasure. I want you to look after this piece of paper the whole day, and at bedtime, I'm going to ask you to show it to me and send them on their way. And the whole day, your child would hopefully be thinking, oh, where's that piece of paper? Oh, where's that piece of paper? Oh, what does it say? I am confident, I am confident. And the whole day they're getting this reminder of that affirmation that they are confident, and they'll be delighted if they've managed to keep hold of it the whole day to show you at bedtime. Doesn't always happen. But other simple things you can do, writing an affirmation on a post-it, and putting it in your child's room, but get them to do the same to you as well, or to their siblings, and say something fantastic about your siblings, about their siblings. And you can do this in all sorts of lovely ways. They, you know, draw a heart shape or something fun, something that they love, a car, a snowman, whatever they like, and on it write down lots of words about themselves. And obviously, you know, the younger the child, the simpler you can keep it. Make just focus on maybe 3 affirmations: happy, kind, loved, for example, and just keep repeating those affirmations. For the older children, they might have a much bigger selection of words that they'll end up using. But even for the older child who isn't used to saying these positive things about themselves, just focus in on 2 or 3 words. And that's also how we would do it in our sessions as well. We'd start with just a couple of words and we'd repeat these words over and over through lots of fun activities. For example, in a Relaxed Kids session, perhaps we'll all wear a superhero cloak, pass it round the circle, and every time you wear the superhero cloak, you say, "I am super." We do a superhero pose. Or perhaps we pass around a little box, and I would say, "In this box is the most important person in the world." And inside, when they lift the lid, there's a mirror, and they know that it's them and that they are the most important person in the world. And we have some lovely activities like that as well. And so it gives children such a boost to their self-esteem. And who doesn't love to be told that they're amazing and brilliant? But like I said, keep it simple. My 2-year-old has a little card above his light switch that says, "I am brilliant." And sometimes we point at it and he says, "I am brilliant." And it's just so heartwarming. And it's fantastic in a Relaxed Kids session to see how children get used to the language of positive affirmations. I am strong, I am brave, I am happy, I am fantastic, and so on. Just to get you started, actually, on my Relaxed Kids Facebook page and on the main Relaxed Kids website, you can download an affirmation calendar like this for, hold it a bit closer, for every month. So that's a lovely starting point, and you can stick that on your fridge perhaps, and read out the affirmations for the day. So this weekend we have, "I am happy" for Saturday, and "I am calm" for Sunday. So our final step in our Relaxed Kids is, of course, relax. And I hope that everyone's feeling perhaps a little bit calm now as well. Oops, put that back on. Just make sure it doesn't stop on me. There we go. All right, so what I would do in this section then is read the children a lovely child-friendly visualization or meditation story, and that's just to finish the session with giving the children 5 minutes just to relax, close their eyes, spend some time just absorbing everything that they've done in the session and through the day, and really let their minds just switch off from any worries that they may have. This really helps just to, again, just bring that sense of calm and just release any leftover physical tension. So today I am going to read you a short visualization from one of our Relaxed Kids books. And by the way, we have lots and lots of books that you can use at home. So this is from The Wishing Star, and I'm going to read the visualization called Mountain, which fits in nicely with our stretch today. So if you'd like to have a go, just close your eyes. If your children are with you, you might want to snuggle up. You might want to lay down on the sofa or with a blanket, or grab a cuddly toy. And just to start with, just going to take some deep breaths in through our nose. So, and as you take a deep breath in, I want you to squeeze your hands together, and with your deep breath out, we're going to relax your hands. Okay, so you're sitting nice and cozy and comfortable. Take a deep breath in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze those hands, and breathe out. Relax the hands. Breathe in. Squeeze, 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 and relax the hands. Now this time squeeze your leg muscles and your toe muscles together. So squeeze, squeeze, squeeze with a deep breath in. And relax those legs and toes. Well done. And keep your eyes closed. If you want to, be very still. And imagine that in front of you is the tallest mountain in the world. If you climbed this mountain, you would see all four corners of the world. Slowly, you start to climb the mountain, step by step by step. It's very steep and seems to reach the clouds. Keep going until you reach the top. It's very windy at the top. The air is so fresh. You feel so far away from everything here. From the top of this mountain, you can see the entire world. It feels so quiet and peaceful on the top of your mountain. All you hear is the wind blowing in your ears. Feel the cool wind on your face. Take a few moments to enjoy the fresh air. Breathe in and fill your lungs with this clean mountain air. You can feel your nostrils tingling with the cool air as you inhale. It feels wonderful to be breathing in such freshness. Now, with your mind, see if you can send some peace to the whole world. Stay very still and imagine all the people of the world below and send them thoughts of peace and happy feelings. Imagine there are thousands of rays of light filled with love and peace and happy feelings coming from your mind and touching the world. It is as if, for a second, everyone feels they are on top of your mountain, experiencing a lovely feeling of peace and happiness. You may climb this mountain any time you feel upset or need a bit of peace and quiet. No one can disturb you when you are so high up in your mountain. Stay here for as long as you wish, enjoying the peace on the top of your mountain. And now, when you are ready, wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Have a big stretch. And open your eyes. So thank you everybody for taking part today and for listening. I hope you feel a little bit calmer and more relaxed, and hope you feel inspired as well with some of the ideas from our Relax Kids session. So I'd also like to, of course, say thank you to the team at Fresh and at Healthy You for inviting me to be part of this fantastic festival. I've had a lovely time. It's been a pleasure to share Relax Kids with you. So do drop me a message if you'd like to find out more about Relax Kids sessions and about what I do and upcoming community classes, which fingers crossed will be happening really, really soon. If you're linked to a school or a nursery and you'd like to know more, then of course get in touch as well. I'd love to hear from you. You can of course follow me on Facebook. Just look for Relax Kids Ely with Amelia. or through my website, which is www.relaxkidsely.com. So have a fantastic weekend. Thank you again, and enjoy all the other fantastic classes which are being put online for you this weekend, and I hope to see you all soon. So thank you from Relax Kids Ely with Amelia. Take care. Bye.